Yay! Hi everybody out there, it's Dee. Welcome to another version of Facebook Live on MOUG. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Alrighty, I think we're all set. So today we wanted to just go through a small tutorial about the new workshop, which is actually not called workshop, it's called Showcase Edit Mode. Hi Les, good morning. Hi Isabel. So we will have Isabel come on shortly after this. This little tutorial shouldn't take that long, and then once we're done, we'll pull Isabel back on and we'll go from there. All right, so let's get started. So in order to use the new Showcase Edit, you have to be using the new Showcase 3.0. And in case you don't know how to switch between Showcase 2.0 and Showcase 3.0, this is what I'm going to show you first. So if you go and you pull up your space, and here I have a sample space that I've created, and you pull that up and you look for the label here, 3D Showcase, and it has a down arrow next to it. If you click on that, you can switch from Showcase 2.0 to Showcase 3.0. So in this case, I'm going to say enable the latest version, which is Showcase 3.0. And then what you'll see is you'll see the little cube and a pencil. And that allows you to switch to edit mode within Showcase. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this slider from preview mode, which is the cube, to edit mode, which is the pencil. And when I do that, on the right-hand side, you'll see a bunch of new icons that pop up. All right, these icons are what used to be in Workshop, and now they're in what we call Showcase Edit Mode. So let's just go through them one at a time, and I'll tell you what each one of them does. All right, first one is Start Location. And if you press on the icon, it pulls up the menu for Start Location. It's super easy. Just navigate to where you want your start location to be set to. So for example, if I want to start this tour looking at, for example, this view here, I simply move my camera so that it's looking in exactly the location where I want my start location, and I press the button on the top, Set. And now it's saving my start location. You'll see the image change over here on the right. Simple as that. All right. The next icon shows you your 3D scans. They're listed by floors. Remember, these floors are determined by the software when you process your model. They are not the same as the floors that you have indicated in the Capture app. So they're totally different. These floors you cannot influence in any way. So just remember that. All right, so if you click on the floor, you'll see all the scans that are located on that floor. This is where you can hide your scans. Sometimes people have one scan on top of the other and they're like, how do I get to the scan below that? You can come here and just click on the scan number and select a scan that's below another one that you couldn't normally select when you're in inside view or floor plan view or dollhouse view. The other thing you can do is you can change the name of the floors here by clicking on the three dots and selecting rename. And I use this a lot to see what the scan numbers are. So it will show you if you look down, this is scan number 19. All right. The next icon is the 360 view placement icon. This allows you to place your 360 views within Showcase Edit Mode as opposed to having to place them within Capture. So here we have an example. Let's see. Suppose I'd like to place this first 360 view. I just simply click on it, drag it to the location where I want it to be. So for example, I don't know, if I want it there, I can then rotate it so that it's facing in the right direction. I can also move it by clicking on it and dragging. Right. The intersection between the green line and the 360 puck that you see denotes where that 360 puck when you're on the inside view will be located. Right? I can also remove it. Remove from map, or I can go to it, preview it. So I'm going to remove that. All right. The next icon is the snapshot icon. If you click on that, you can basically navigate wherever you want. So suppose I want to go to the inside view. I'm right here. I want to take a snapshot. You just hit the camera on the top in the middle. Remember, there's two different kinds of snapshots that you can take. The one that looks like a set of mountains is the 2D photo, which is basically the same photo as a photo you would get if you had a DSLR camera. It's just a two-dimensional photograph. The 3D photo is the equirectangular snapshot, which allows you to upload to places like Facebook that recognize those types of files, and then you can turn around 360 degrees. So that's the difference between those two. Make sure you have the right one selected when you take your snapshot. We also have some cool settings, like you can turn the grid on and off, and you can show measurements, labels, and matter tags in the photo. Okay. The next icon is labels. I don't happen to have any here in this example, but if you wanted to add one, you simply click the add button. It brings you automatically into floor plan view, and then you can just type in whatever label you want. And there you go. All right, it's pretty much the same as it used to be in Workshop. All right, the next one is measurements. All right, if I want to take a measurement, click the add button. I go to where I want to measure. Now I do this a lot because I need to know how high is the ceiling in a room. So if I click somewhere and I double click, it automatically snaps to vertical. So that's a really nice feature. Another thing is if you're on a wall and you double click, it will snap 90 degrees to the base of that wall. So it'll go from one side of the room to the other. Just remember when you're adding measurements, it keeps adding them until you hit the escape key. So I forget that a lot, and then I end up with a lot of measurements that I didn't really want. So when you're done measuring, hit the escape key. That gets you out of the add mode, or you can just click the X here and that will get you out as well. All right, and then of course you can delete these measurements if you no longer want them. I'll delete mine because I don't want it. And so that's also pretty straightforward. Not much has changed on that. All right, the next one is matter tags. All right, I have some examples here. Let's get a good one. All right, here's my Nest thermostat. I can edit this matter tag. I can put in a description. And suppose I want to create a link to that will link me to my website about Internet of Things. I can highlight it, click this link here, and type in the web page. All right, so now when I click on that, it'll take me to the Matterport website. I can also change the color of the circle. I can change things about the stem. How high is it? Can you see it? And then you can add multimedia, which is under this little icon that looks like a film strip. This is where you would include the link for your multimedia. And then, of course, you can hide or delete the matter tag. And when I'm done, I just click done, and there you go. Alrighty, the next one is the highlight reel, and this is the icon that's changed the most. So it used to be that you had to take a series of snapshots, and then you would drag those snapshots down into the highlight reel. That concept is gone now. The way it works is you simply navigate to where you want the next pan location in your highlight reel to be, and you add that. So, for example, suppose I'm upstairs, I'm starting here in the hallway. I want my highlight reel to start here, so I position myself and I say add view, right? And if you look on the bottom left, you'll see that snapshot. I just took a snapshot, it put it in my highlight reel. All right, now for example, suppose I want to go to this bedroom. and I want this to be the next pan location in my highlight reel. All I do is go there and click Add View. All right, so I can build my highlight reel by navigating through this space and selecting all the locations that I want the highlight reel to go to and to stop and pan at. So suppose this is the next bedroom I want to visit, I can add that as well. A few of you have said, hey, when I create my highlight reel, I also want that view to be a snapshot. Can I do that? Yes. All you need to do is, while you're still here, don't move the mouse or anything. Go back to the photos icon, click on that. You can take a picture. So here it's taking my picture. It's done. And then I just click back on the highlight reel and I'm good to go. So it's a little bit more work. You have to go between snapshots and highlight reel, but this is supposed to be more intuitively obvious, and I think you'll like it a lot more once you get used to it. The caveat here is to remember that if you want to add a caption to one of the snapshots in the highlight reel, you either have to hit the Tab key or the Enter key after you finish typing in the label, otherwise it won't be saved. This is a known issue that we are currently working on fixing, but for now, remember, for example, if I want to call this Kids Bedroom, I have to hit Enter in order for it to save. Okay, and then you can, again, look at the VR path. Our software will optimize and turn off scans that it thinks you don't need in the VR path. So the scans that are marked, denoted by blue dots, are the ones that you will see when you enter in VR mode. Of course, you can turn them off and turn them on. So if I have one that I want to view, I can turn it on just by clicking on it like that, and it goes from white to blue. If I want to turn it back off, I click on it again and it goes back to white. All right, the last thing you have to know is the three dots at the bottom, which is Settings. Right? This is where you turn on and off under the Advanced tab. The dollhouse, the floor plan view, the highlight reel and tour, and the labels. And these used to be the green sliders that you saw in Workshop on the left-hand side when you first brought up Workshop. So that's where they're hidden in case you can't find them. Also, you can select what units you want your measurements to be in, metric or imperial, and then you can select what type of presentation you want for your information for the space. So if you can't find something, remember there's three dots here on the bottom right that you might want to click on to get to those items. But otherwise, it's pretty straightforward. The functionality is a lot similar to what you're used to. If you have further questions, you can call into support. It's support@matterport.com. Oh yeah, and don't forget, when you're done, you should publish your changes. Publish is the same thing as save. If you don't publish your changes, they won't be saved and your customers won't be able to see them. Alrighty, so that's the short tutorial on the new Workshop. I hope this was helpful, and we're gonna now switch back so we can pull Isabel back onto Facebook Live and we will answer your questions. Alrighty, see you in a bit. What kind of questions were people asking?